I think she might have had that in that fight. She actually did. She hexed the Willow on the final kill, or the Weaver on the final kill, so... Massive difference maker that Daze has got a couple of the kills he did in this game to afford that hex.
Yeah, I was going to say, they might need a Lincoln's on the quest side, and that's exactly what TA2000 is building. I was thinking Noob might go for it as well, but he's opting for the Wind Waker.
Yeah, also a good solution.
And got the juice. I mean, it's all about the single target. I mean, it's all about the lockdown so that he can apply the single target damage to the Weaver. That's the hardest and most slippery hero for quest.
Yeah. Interesting to see Malik eye up an Octarine here. I thought he was actually going to go Refresher. His split is never dying in this game. And the last fight lasted so long that it expired. He has the mana pool to do 2 splits back to back, but it will be the Octarine. This is going to make him able to use Manta a lot more to keep the waves pushed and put pressure that way, but maybe a second split would be preferable in this situation. Or even a Vlad's, if you think about it. The fights are really extended, everybody's grouped up, and you're missing that one aura. It could make a pretty big difference for the Weaver's ability to sustain. So, TA2000 with no lifesteal in his build currently. He has backpacked his Paladin Sword in favor of Mindbreaker.
That is a good one. And once he has this Lincoln's, it is going to be so much more difficult to get on top of him. PMA, the pulverizers have been really good so far.
Yep.
And the question is, can they avoid the Static Storm again?
Yeah.
That was kind of the crucial part of the fight. If they get Static Storm before BKB, I think the fight just ends in all likelihood.
Yeah, it's one of those situations that is easy to criticize afterwards, right? But if he had waited, then maybe he could have found a better one. But it looked promising, like they were barely going to clip the Primal before he BKB'd. So it's understandable he goes for it. But Navi Jr. were very ready. Oh, gonna hex the Rubik. Easy kill.
Okay, that's a fast one.
Trying to TP out, but there's the counterplay.
TP support to Callis. Days will be traded, so 1-for-1 to start and end.
Yeah, forced a lot of TPs though. This is going to open up the top side of the map. They trade supports. But the Gleipnir from TA2000 will stop that Willow TP. Fortunately for Quest, they're like, oh, well, I guess there's a Tormentor here, so we didn't go here in vain. They'll clean that up.
What a tasty treat.
Disruptor gets his shard.
When is the next Tormentor for Navi Jr.? I wish there was a little timer here. That would be nice.
Yeah, that would indeed be nice. Okay, 1 second has passed, Noob. You have to resume now.
That's right.
All right. Well, he overshot it by 3 seconds. We'll let him have it. That was a quick pause. I'll allow it.
Got the Juice has a Daedalus, by the way. No, he just spent all his money, so no buyback or anything of the sort. And we'll see what kind of tier 4 item he gets on top. But he is now packing an enormous punch. Mindbreaker, pretty damn good as well. In fact, that might be the best possible item for a Windrunner because it's adding 45 magic damage to each. Wait, does it get mitigated by the Focus Fire as well? How does that work?
Yeah, it should get mitigated,
because
but it's
Swashbuckle does not get mitigated, for example. But I know it's not technically the same.
I think it gets mitigated, but the mitigation is quite low now. She has the level 20 talent, so her Focus Fire is an 18% reduction. So I do think it's still really valuable, of course. And yep. On the other side of things, Pango has changed his build from the Wind Waker. He's actually going Ghost Scepter potentially, and then the Harpoon. I wonder what the logic is here of going for that. That one is a little bit surprising for me compared to every other item that's purchased in this game. The Harpoon at this point is sticking out a little bit. Gleipnir.
Gleipnir finds the Dark Willow. Daze has the Ghost Scepter, but don't think that's going to keep him alive. His team is not coming for him. It does feel like if he's spotted, and he doesn't really have a counter to the Glimpse or the Catch in general. And what can he even itemize? I mean, Sheepstick was really expensive, and it's really good if you can get it off with that. Like, it's more of an type deal. Defensively, not so much.
They just have a couple of really good tools against Willow. That's just what it is. They have Gleipnir, which can also apply. So you just can't get away when this stuff is on you. You're just completely locked down. And yeah, the best counter he has is stay behind. Don't be the target. But obviously this was not a fight setup for Navi Jr., so he wasn't in formation. He was just out on his own looking for info, and he got it. He got info.
It's still early. I know the game is not over. 10K lead. It doesn't feel like a 10K lead. Maybe like 5.
It's a quite close game overall.
But what have you thought of the Dazzle so far? I have not been feeling it, personally. Not yet.
It's one of those heroes where he's very polarizing, right? I feel like either he completely takes over the game for mid, or you wish you had another hero minute 15 until it's over. That's generally how it is.
Right.
I'll reserve my full judgment
Dan
until we see the
over
damage numbers,
aja.
'cause Dazzle does a lot of like passive damage in fights that you might
Dan
underestimate
over.
and puts
Kamu
minus armor
nobar,
and weave, and it
aku
all stacks
nobar,
up, and over time,
kalian semua
long fights,
nobar.
Dazzle will actually have had a pretty strong, almost
Anjay.
invisible impact, where you need to kind of rewatch the fight to appreciate how much he did. But yeah, as far as the shallow graves go, there hasn't been like any game-changing shallow graves, and the Pango solution that he was meant to be did not happen. So I would agree it did not work out, but I really didn't mind the choice. I think they just got countered by Quest through play rather than draft early on.
Right. I think it would be totally different if he wins that lane.
Yeah.
By just, it doesn't have to be like a dumpstering or anything, but
Yeah, if he convincingly wins that lane and Noob doesn't have 4 kills minute 10, then
Quest has been scanned out by Navi Jr. And Ducalis has been using his shard, the Thunder Strike, in the pit, so they don't really need to walk in to see when Roche
that's a nice little
actually
detail.
gets spawned.
You can keep casting it too.
Yeah, we don't really see it on the ground targeted very often, but that is a cool.
Now it's spawning.
And
There he
Roche
is.
will wake up. And now if there's any wards for Navi Jr., they'll see it too. If I knew the words to one of my favorite songs, that would just be a joy.
I don't think anybody knows the words to that song, including the singer. I think he was just phoning it in. All right, let's.
Roche already at half HP. This is a refresher shard.
It's dead.
Primal split
They're too
already
late.
used in defensive measure, and yeah, it's gone.
Uh-oh.
Navi Jr. running away, but look how fast the primal split is. They get the lift up. The Brambles, again, using the defensive measure. Here comes the Rolling Thunder as well. And the Static Storm on top of Primal Beast, but he's getting lifted back in. Can't get his BKB up quite yet as Niku, standing his ground, will finally use the Shallow Grave to try to take out the...
Kita lihat bocah Navi di sini.
Perfectly fine.
Siapa itu? Primal Beast sedang mencoba membanting Weaver di sini.
Alive. He still has Aegis, of course, as the Shadow Demon doing a nice job of saving the Primal Beast just temporarily.
Dan MNC-nya masih dancok.
Junior are just getting run over, just too much damage. And they were there a
Di
little
sini
bit
MNC
too late.
kayak
4 for
tempe.
nothing. Just incredible play and casting
6.000
here from Quest.
frame drop.
And Suns fan.
And thank you very much. But that was very unfortunate. They just wanted to get away and couldn't.
Yeah. That Stolen Grave was actually really nice. I don't know if it was necessary for the fight to go the way it did, because Aegis was still available for tier 2000, but he just got 5 seconds, just stand and deliver. Full out, just pushing into these heroes without any fear. Yeah, they're going to force the buyback out of the Dazzle, but 2v5, surely this is mega creeps. TA 2000 pushing really fast. Can't really mount a defense. Windranger did get the focus fire on the Pango in that fight, but couldn't chase him down the
They're
whole
going to
way,
try
and now
for it, but
she is
another
gone.
Static Storm comes out. The Grave keeps him alive, but I don't think it's going to be for long, Cinderin. Well, he gets off another
Grave
one.
again? Okay,
Another
actually.
BKB, got the
Maybe?
juice, getting it back to the base. Nico has to
actually
pop the
saved
BKB as well. They're trying to survive. He graves himself.
Glimpse?
Primal split, Rolling Thunder on the way.
There's
no
the
more
limit.
graves
Okay,
to
we
work
found
with
it.
there. Windrunner does fall, but look at the damage from this Bedlam. The stolen grave, again used onto the Pangolier, keeping him alive as Daze looks to be dead inside of this kinetic field. Although maybe not. They're not going to pursue any further. Don't want to take any chances. Perhaps they get the 2 sets of racks. A tier 4 is dead as well. And Niku continuing lowering these cooldowns. Can they get something out of this?
Nice kinetic field.
BKB pop from PMA finally has the pulverize as well. The Rubik is dead. Malik popping his refresher to get off another primal split. And with that, Navi Jr. need to retreat for the time. He's going to get glimpsed back into the kinetic field. So much damage applied to him, but the Grave keeping him alive along with the Shadow Demon as well. But eventually, the big bad beast goes down. Daze wants to go in really deep. He's really wanting to kill off Weaver. This is a support Dark Willow. Still something to fear, though. As the Static Storm used in their getaway.
Malik exploring the enemy fountain.
Oh. All right. Very cool.
You can also cancel the split early, dude, if you want.
No need.
Ruling, but style points, I suppose.
Dan apa iki MNC? Hey, MNC!
This is looking very grim for Navi Junior in this game number 1. They put up a really good fight, but I think they've hit their limit for this specific game. Unless you think there's an item that's going to make a difference, because I mean, Windrunner has hit close to her cap, and it doesn't seem like it's enough. The Graves have been pretty dirty, but
yep, they have definitely kept the game alive. These last couple of fights, I feel like the Dazzle has done a lot more than in the rest of the game. Once he unlocked that Octarine core, things got a lot easier for him, but it's like you're delaying the deaths, but you're not overtaking the fight, is the problem. Like, you're not winning, you're just losing it slower. And they did successfully defend their third lane by specifically just keeping the Windranger alive for 15 seconds with the Dazzle, and then other heroes respawned. We didn't find any meaningful kills. TA2000 will get rid of the Tormentor, nice free gold. Time-lapse off all the damage.
They don't know he doesn't have time-lapse, so there is a window to get that kill. I have to find a way to pop that Lincoln's reliably. The Poison Touch probably a good candidate.
Download 17, upload 27 Mbps iki apa, Cok?
And they can just wait this out.
Busuk lo.
Wait, who had the... So, was that the Refresher Orb he used?
Yeah.
They had the Shard as well. Was it on him? Or maybe that was the... why we saw the second Static Storm, actually. Earlier.
I think it was Disruptor.
Yeah.
We used to previously. But yeah, the Refresher Orb is ready again for Brewmaster, but he'd rather wait 50 seconds to have double split. And Quests are in no hurry. They have them completely contained in the base. They will try to stop that status quo, though, with a smoke here, and this is pretty much a YOLO smoke. This one has to work, or they're in big trouble. Might potentially find Noob over here. This is a quite strange path to take. Now, they will loop around and look to get a backstab onto the side of Quest, but they have to go back and defend their barracks, so information given already by Dazzle, and the play has officially ended. As Noob is going to TP into mid and reconnect with his team. So all 5 together in formation once more.
Playing against Rubik with all these low cooldown saves, really difficult.
Yeah. If he steals Disruption or...
Salah.
Static Storm off to 3 heroes. Holy banana hammock, Cinderin. TA2000 deletes Niku. PMA falls suit as well. And it looks like Got the Juice just barely gets back to Fountain. No, he ends up popping anyway, and GG is called. Game 1 to Quest. Really entertaining affair, I have to say.
What a nice Static Storm to end the game. Deserves that tip from Omar. I had high hopes for today. I feel like these two teams are a great match for each other, and this game did not disappoint. I guess in conclusion, I think both of us feel like Quest probably are the favorites for this, but not by a lot, and I think this game kind of illustrated that quite well. Unfortunately, for the side of Navi Junior, their attempted solution for Pango did not work.
Aku sampai menurunkan 4.000,
but they still
dari 6.000 ke 4.000
quite a long time playing from behind. So if they in game number 2 could get off to a little bit of a better early game, I do think they have what it takes to push this to a third. But the draft is going to be the issue. Quest have multiple really specific heroes that they run.
I mean, they selected multiple heroes to try to counter the Pango, and Noob goes 13-3. We saw the focus fire; it was relatively effective. Niku as the dazzle, we can see it in theory, and he was winning the lane at a certain point. But like you said, the rotations early on kind of just brought that back to even.
Hey, MNC jemput.
For the most part, even though he almost died a bunch of times, only dying 3 times is incredible in a game like this for the Pangolier.
Yeah, he is exceptionally stable on it. You need to bring the solutions. This was an attempt. It was if this isn't enough, like what are you gonna do, right? I think Noob has not lost the game on this hero, if I'm not mistaken. So isn't it just worthy of that first phase ban? Get it out of the way, force him onto something else, and then play.
I mean, they catered their whole draft around it, right? You have the dazzle mid, the Windrunner focus fire in the pulverize as well. They both go through the rolling thunder. Then you have the roots of Dark Will. Just ban it, please.
Yeah. But I can respect the choice, right? You're giving the enemy a hero you know they're gonna pick, and you're really trying to solve it. This was your attempt. It didn't work. I think game 2, just scrap it. You know, play against something else that's quote unquote broken, and then you've showed as a team that you can beat a lot of the other really strong meta heroes. So I wouldn't worry for Navi Jr. about being able to beat, for example, this Weaver that they gave away anyway, right? Or a Clockwork or a whatever that Quest could pull out, or an Enigma. I think the Pango is the hero that you can't give this team.
So the thing that I mean, you kind of echoed it a bit, but I want to expand on it a little bit. The thing I really like about the way that they, even though they lost this game from Navi Jr.'s side, they knew they were going to take Pango, right? So ahead of time, they probably had so many different heroes lined up to be able to actually do something about it. Yep. I think that is a cool approach to it, but it's time to ban it. Yeah, that's 100% a ban incoming.
I feel that.
But yeah, Noob 13-3, pretty damn good. I mean, you could definitely give the MVP to any other person. Omar's steals in this game were incredible. Yeah, obviously the Ag's disruptor played a huge role. Primal split as well, and obviously the Weaver carry with that scrunched up face. In that picture, I love that thing. But yeah, Noob's got to be the one.
They all played a really, really solid game. I think my honorable mention probably overall is Omar. I think he had so many steals that made a big difference in the fights. There's just a ton of stuff going on, but you see a shackle shot that locks down a core at a key moment. You see him steal the shallow grave. It's not, and he had a couple of pulverized steals. You know, he found the abilities that were valuable at any given time and got them used, and played good positional play. So overall, just really, really impressive stuff. And this guy is very stable for me. I feel like he rarely has an off game on the side of Quest.
One game away for Quest to get to the lower bracket finals, face off against Tundra. Can they do it, or will Navi Jr. surprise again? Stay tuned with game 2 coming up.
The official headset of PGL tournaments. Now, with a wireless version. Experience unparalleled speed and reliability with the latest wireless technology, advanced hybrid ANC, and built-in EQ for your favorite game. Designed with elegance and durability, and extreme microphone. Always stay one step ahead with Aspire Wireless.
Turun waras cok MNC. MNC pentil anjen cok. Ayo aku ento anu pango patenono kabeh. Oh iya aduh. Iki mang. Ayo, aku dapat Weaver. Aduh. Kemana balokku? Temanku mana? Aduh. Ya alhamdulillah. Kuning. Ya Allah, aku gak mati loh. Aduh, boloku nandi dengan ono. Live in 6 menit. Sambil menunggu 6 menit kita ngapain ini? Oh, Garit anu ya. Garit live streaming PUBG.
Tinggal pick off satu-satu, tapi usaha yang baik dilakukan oleh Archangel Predator. Dan sekarang kita lihat di sisi ini NVME berada dalam satu compound rame-rame berempat, sedangkan Unlucky ada di salah satu gudang dan juga di compound yang ada di atas. Oh, yang itu yang di compound yang satunya yang dari lantai 2 atau O Valley ini.
Yang ada second floor-nya di bangunannya.
Cok, Garit bijaksana, Cok.
Biasanya kayak satu lantai doang, hanya ada beberapa sisi yang bisa dinaikin gara-gara ada ruangan gitu kan. Dan tadi kayaknya PMA tuh bisa direpotin sama Archangel gara-gara mereka nge-split dua-dua. Kalau kejadiannya Archangel nabrak ke PMA ketika PMA lagi nge-stick, kayaknya bakal berbeda ceritanya. Mungkin Archangel bakal pulang dengan cepat kondisinya kalau misalkan tadi PMA nge-stick dalam satu area, karena ini kan FPP.
Hei, bola. Iki apa iki, Cok? WMNC. Aduh, apa gitu, Cok? Kalau live streaming, Cok, karo MNC jembut aja. Ayo. Ini 4 orang. Kamu pegawai MNC ya? Kerja coy. Malam masih 7:30 ini coy. Di sini saya juga kerja coy. Ayo, 4 orang. 4 orang pegawai MNC, ayo. Jangan pura-pura nggak tahu kamu. Ayo ini. Ayo 5 orang ini sekarang. Mbok iki 5 orang temenan apa kudu iki? Ayo 5 orang pegawai MNC. Jangan pulang dulu. Hei. Wancok aja MNC iki. Wis nyalon dadi presiden gagal tuh ancuk ya suwi. Yang cukup lemot India aja, hei MNC, hei. Nanti kalau kamu lemot Indium pakai apa? Lemotnya. Endi kok live soon iki? Semangan pisan, Cok. Wadah angsle. Oke, 4 orang, Cok. Kok metu-metu dhewe sih? Tangannya no way. Ini sambil baca-baca Dragon's Return V2. Sebenarnya tadi ada bug, ngebug. Nanti diinfokan kembali untuk jadwal sepedanya berakhir kapan. Alhamdulillah. dari cuman ini kalau turun bisa sampai 2 tingkat ya, misal dari plus 9 jadi ke plus 7. Wah, dia belum tahu bro, aku tadi plus 11 ke plus 9. Oh, plus 11 ke plus 8. Oh, kamu baru masuk bro. Endi live sih kok gak live iki? Ya bentar. Mau ambil piring. Endi iki kok gak mulai-mulai iki? Sesi live stream kedua hari ini mungkin sampai jam 10 aja karena saya mau tidur jam 10, mungkin jam 10 atau mungkin diakhiri jam setengah 10 atau jam 9 karena saya mau tidur jam 10 dikarenakan nanti jam 2 pagi saya mau nonton bola jadi harus tidur dulu. Jam 2 nonton Euro Jerman Hungaria, meskipun Jerman sudah lolos, tapi apakah Jerman kalau sudah lolos tetap memainkan pemain utamanya atau memainkan pemain yang bisa dibilang kemarin sore, bocah kemarin sore. Kita mungkin lihat saja nanti Jerman nanti gimana. Dan mungkin hari ini sebentar aja soalnya MNC lagi bapuk, lagi koneksinya lagi nggak bersahabat. Nanti jam setengah 10 atau jam 10 kurang lah kita akhiri. Ya mungkin live stream lagi hari mungkin hari Jumat. Karena saya hari Jumat mau ambil cuti karena kerja terus nggak liburan itu sama saja. Ya sudah bilang nanti kita akhiri nanti jam setengah 10 ya paling lambat jam 10 lah, jam 10. Hari ini mungkin nggak tahu mau main apa, tapi yang penting saya mau makan dulu. Diki kok ora main-main, Cok. Gak tahu mau main apa. Di antara nanti leveling Dragones kayak tadi atau mungkin nanti Dota 1 game aja. Atau mungkin nanti nobar antara pemenangnya Navi Junior atau PSG Kuas melawan Tundra. Nah, ini kok suwe banget nih piye? Menyerah he. Don. The stream current bitrate 3710 43 is lower than recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use stream bitrate of 6800. Aku mah nggak 6500 saya nge-lag su. Wancuk gara-gara men sih ora cetha. Garit casting PUBG dadi bijak, Cuk. Gara-gara PUBG anjen.
Almond, chocolate mint, mari biskuit, coklat cashew tiramisu, coklat blueberry hazelnut, salted caramel peanut butter strawberry. Yah, abis.
Apa, Cok?
Bulan di kalender aja
Kebelas
nggak muat.
ini.
Susu Cimori rasanya banyak banget.
Gib Mücken keine Chance. Mache Mückenschutz zu deiner Routine und schütze dich und deine Haut.
Iki iklan Indonesia bahasa Jerman, Cok.
Insektenschutzmarke in Europa. SC Johnson.
Blitz 1300-an dan ada Pintados 731 total damage dengan 100 smoke dan 6 granat.
Ini sekali lagi benar-benar kelihatan fungsi dari utility ya yang dipakai dari semua tim dan khususnya
Kayak
sama
bijake
Daizu.
nek kene, Cok.
Tapi untuk
CT malah, Cok.
chicken damage-nya kecil tapi konversi ke kill-nya nih bagus banget loh. Dari 1200 damage itu bisa dapat 10 kill tuh udah sangat bagus. Dan ini bisa menjadi modal dari Daizu untuk ini Blitz, ayo turun kamu. Tapi mudah-mudahan itu tidak terjadi, teman-teman.
Betul, karena sekarang gapnya benar-benar tipis banget seperti yang dibilang sama Gary tadi. Setelah kita menyaksikan rondo poin-poinnya nanti bisa kalian saksikan setelah ini yang jelas hanya terpaut 2 poin antara Blitz dan juga Daizu.
Ini sangat berbahaya sekali, tapi kita yakin Blitz masih bisa menjaga performanya karena walaupun mereka tadi gagal chicken tetap dapat 4 besar. Yang mau aku sorot sekarang extraordinary. Mereka harus rela keluar dari zona 10 besar. Mereka duduk di posisi 12 di bawah Pentados, tim yang tadi memulangkan extraordinary di match yang barusan. Sementara posisi 10 diambil oleh Red Sea.
Aduh, ini agak-agak ada senangnya tapi tiba-tiba dibuat sedih juga dengan pulangnya Extraordinary dan juga SK tadi begitu cepat dan ngebuat Extraordinary keluar dari top 10 seperti yang lu bilang ini.
Duduanan.
Dari sebelumnya mereka kalau nggak salah peringkat ke-9.
Kamu spam di punya aku aja.
Semoga
jangan digarit.
2 kali Miramar terakhir ini bisa menjadi awal dan akhir yang baik untuk tim Blitz.
Gak apa-apa kamu spam di punya aku. Nanti biar apa namanya? Biar yang nge-lag nanti banyak.
Bisa ngejar ya. Udah mulai bisa ngejar ke atas. Harusnya kan mereka tadi di peringkat ke-16 terus naik ke peringkat 15. Malah Antik sekarang yang di peringkat paling bawah.
Garet sudah kaya itu. Lihat spek PC-nya aja.
15 sih sekarang.
Buktinya itu sudah membuktikan kalau Garet sudah kaya.
SK mulai kelihatan nyaman walaupun di game tadi harus pulang. Antik ini aneh banget karena selama ini aku ngelihat tim Australia itu serem-serem pasti.
Dan kuat juga buat tim Indonesia. Jadi sekarang kita bakal break dulu untuk mempersiapkan 2 map terakhir yaitu Miramar. See you guys after the break. Bye bye.
Wah,
Hello PUBG players, guess who? It's
waduh,
Danielle and
PUBG
Honey
sekarang
from
collab sama New
Jeans.
Jeans. Aduh,
Are you ready for
aku
some
jadi
major
basah.
news? Because
Aduh.
today's patch reports got some dates on update 30.1. Yes. Expect a total mashup of New Jeans and PUBG, transforming Tego into this super cute New Jeans themed wonderland. We'll be handing over the mic now, so get ready to dive into New Jeans Collaborations World in PUBG. Along with all sorts of cool stuff like fresh outfits, gunplay tweaks, and updates to ranked mode.
Yon, cek karet itu, Yon. Ngono aku dikongkon bitra itu 6.800 lebih, Cok.
Where every corner is bursting with cuteness. Dance your heart.
Anco
on
ya,
stage to
suwe.
trigger New Jeans
Namanya si
music
tempek,
videos.
Cok.
And don't forget to check out the collaboration jukeboxes, buses, billboards, and more. We've also got this truck stage on the starting island of every 8-kilometer mile. For more details about this amazing collaboration with New Jeans, be sure to check out the upcoming collaboration announcement. SMG
Hello,
rebalance
everybody,
from the
welcome back
gunplay
to
left
game
back in
number
March is
2
finally here.
between Navi Jr.
Based on
and
your feedback,
PSG
there will be some
Quest.
major changes to
Sunspan here
SMGs
with
and more.
Synderen. Sorry
Check out
about
the latest
delay,
gunplay
everybody. I had
dev
to go to
letter
the
for all of the
bathroom. We could
details,
not start the
including
game
Dragnok's
without-
high trap range nerf and Augsburg bullet box.
Just kidding, just kidding.
Next
But we're
up,
in game
ranked
now,
updates.
and the draft has begun, and it's been a hot minute, Synderen. Let's
Sampai
get
karet muring-muring
acquainted
do
with
asu.
what happened in game number 1. PSG Quest definitely coming as the favorites, I would say. That's pretty clear. Navi Jr. are definitely the underdogs, but they certainly put up a fight.
Yeah, and just like similar to how Navi Jr. have played a lot of their games, their lanes can be so-so. Sometimes they go fine, sometimes they don't go as well. This game, the early portions of the game were quite rough, but then they bring it back through really immaculate team fighting and decision making and made it an exciting game. But Quest did have the lead pretty much start to finish, but it didn't feel like they were it was a given. So one of the heroes that we were talking about for the series that was going to be deciding was the Pango, and finally Navi Jr. have had enough. So Noob will be forced to play something else.
has arrived.
First pick will be Dark Willow.
So looking at the bans, based on game 1, the Brood is new.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Pango is new. Darkseer was there. TA obviously there. Witch Doctor as well. The Rubik was in last game on the other side, so they kind of just flip-flopping drafts in a way.
Yep.
Clockwork is open. That's one of the ones left open. And Elder Titan was also there.
Right, he was
And-
banned last game, but Quest
Oh,
raised
wow.
Willow high.
Enigma was actually unbanned, or not banned yet, and not picked in this game, which is crazy.
Yep. I think PSG Quest are a little bit hesitant about picking Enigma first pick when Navi Jr. have their Rubik. We saw yesterday how Days
Siapa
absolutely
ngeban?
styled on Whisper
PSG.
on the Rubik.
Beastmaster.
So perhaps that's a bit of a concern. And I do want to correct myself from that yesterday, because something that's different
antara
about this matchup
Beastmaster,
nowadays than it used
Troll
to be is that
Warlord,
Enigma actually can't
Pak
counter
Opang was
Rubik with
diban.
items. It's not really possible. Since the
Apa
change
mana
to
ya?
BKB where you can cast
Widows
spells onto it,
diban.
even if you have BKB and Lincoln's, Rubik can just Fade Bolt you from 1500 range and then steal it anyway. So you kind of, the only way Enigma can try to protect himself in the Black Hole is Shadow Blade, but then you need to Black Hole, Shadow Blade, and be somewhere that isn't
Enigma saya
detection.
buka.
That's your
Oh, yang
only
buka iku mang
play
Enigma,
against
Clockwork,
Rubik if you want the reliable Black Hole. Aside from, of course, Black
Elder
Hole in the Rubik,
Titan.
but Days has had very good positioning on the Rubik and obviously good awareness. So
Wah, si
I think,
akeh lah.
I think they're just going to let the Enigma be in the pool,
Multi-perso.
honestly. I don't think they're going to be worried about it, Navi Jr. that is. For PSG Quest, they will ban 2 heavy strength offlaners here, Centaur as well as Timber. Well, Timber's universal, but Tanky Boy. Wonder if that tells something about what they're planning. I think PMA's best performance has been on the Centaur.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And looking at the rest of Navi Jr.'s picks
Iki
from
Navi
earlier in
Navi
the
Junior
tournament,
isine
let's
bocah-bocah
see.
loh iki.
Yeah, PMA has had the
Lek
smallest
OG kalah karo
pool of
bocah-bocah
heroes,
iki ada
actually.
yang
There's the
aneh cok dengan
Pango,
OG.
Centaur, which are already banned. The Darkseer already banned. The only other hero is Beastmaster that he has played. So perhaps they're picking on him a bit, forcing him to play something that is yet to show to the world. In
Well, the
this
Timbersaw ban is a little bit out of left field then, isn't it?
There's
Oh,
Beast.
pick Beastmaster, bro.
I mean, I would think that they're maybe trying to pick something that just feels bad against Timbersaw.
Yeah,
Instead
this-
of, or they have
Enchantress.
that PMA has played Timbersaw, just not in this tournament, right?
Yeah. I don't know, that one is the only really surprising ban out of all of this for me, is that Timber. So okay, let's see. Okay, it's gonna be an IO combo, but which one?
Euro
IO
Copter.
Gyro. So Gyro, one of the carries that deals best with Beastmasters, Hawk and Boar in lane with Flak Cannon. I'm gonna combo him up with that IO for the
Iyo
empowerment the whole game.
karena
And some of Gyro's
entah
at least one
entah
of
iyo
Gyro's worst
apa
matchups in the Lifestealer has
Girone
been
sing
banned
di-buff.
already by Quest, so it makes it a little bit better. And of course, I think TA2000 was not interested in playing the Weaver into Beastmaster Rubik. just two of the tougher matchups, so it's safer to take this angle to this game. And yeah, I like it so far from both teams, really. Let's see what Navi have in their plans here. Maybe a disruptor against the IO and Dark Willow could be a thing.
Disrupt saya buka loh.
I've seen Riddies play that, and they're going to grab their Primal Beast for
Bener
mid.
tuh. Grimstroke.
Be the Grimstroke.
Okay,
Okay,
double
double
roar.
roar, double Fade Bolt. I think
Si,
Pulverize
si.
can't double.
Oh iya,
I know
bener.
it was
Berarti
bugged
kan
when it
golek
first came
carry.
out, but yeah, I'm not sure if
Navinya
Maybe
golek
they fixed
carry.
that? I actually don't know.
Aku kurang mid lane karo
they
offlane.
have a good
another good
ink
hero
swell
against
target,
PSG.
Yep.
the Primal Beast, and so they're just missing a carry now.
Zeus masih buka.
Soulbound
Lina.
IO together with Gyro and then Fade Bolt them
Aduh,
both for
DK.
massive damage.
DK iso offline iso.
Double roar, of
Mid.
course, as we mentioned. Dragon.
I'm gonna take a guess that PSG Quest is gonna ban Ursa because I feel like it's very good.
Iku iso jopo
It's the
ambil.
obvious ban here.
Oh
So
ngeban ya.
don't think that should take them
But you know
Troll.
what's not obvious, Cinderin, is Pudka.
Troll
honestly
Warlock,
got the juice
Ursa.
on Pudge again. It's
Juggernaut.
time. I think he'll end up getting Troll though.
Did he play Pudge
Yes.
in one of our games?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Dan
I remember
MNC
the non-day
kembali
Pudge,
berulah
but I
lagi.
didn't remember got the juice.
Anjir nggak tempe.
All right.
Oh.
Well, it's
18.000
possible that it was the
frame
game
drop.
that, we didn't cast actually.
I see. I don't know if I'm sold on Pudge. I know you want to see it. I know the Grim combo is good and that you can probably do quite fine in your lane, but I'm not sure if these matchups for Pudge are that good. The Gyro and the Gyro IO is hard to kill because of all the constant regen that IO provides, and then the Dragon Knight's very tanky. Doesn't mind just absorbing your damage, stunning you, and then fighting straight back. So I think there's better choices probably. I really like your Ursa suggestion. I think that's the single best one. They're going to ban Troll first. I don't know if there's something else that I'm forgetting here, because
It has to be Ursa.
Chaos Knight is also a concern.
Well, he's gonna get one of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's played CK, Ursa. He apparently he's played Monkey King. Did we cast that one?
Yeah, we cast that one. He lost that game.
Okay.
Yeah. That was against Tundra, I believe.
Medusa. We're not going for the tanky type of deal.
I like the Ursa or CK best.
I like Ursa a lot right now. If they don't ban it, that means that Quest's last hero is going to be something that they feel very comfortable against that matchup, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That means it's not DK, it would be DK mid, right?
Yeah,
Instead
I
of
think that's
DK
what they
offlane.
usually do anyway, but yeah, they do have the flex potential, of course, onto Malik, but I think this is something that Noob has been doing a very good job on, the DK.
Aku ora paham
and the
cok
matchup
karo
against
MNC
Primal Beast
suwe-suwe
is very
kontol
simple.
kontol.
Primal can never really go on you if you have a point.
Di
you're
sini mau
stunned.
mureng-mureng tok streaming.
If he starts using Trample and running on you and you stun him, he can use Onslaught after and try to get on you, but I don't think he has enough damage.
Primal
Well, ban the
again.
Medusa, so you were right about that.
Man, Ursa is amazing against Primal as well, isn't he?
Against Brew?
Well, maybe not amazing, but he can certainly kill the Brewlings fast, but I guess the issue is getting... loose in the game.
23.000 frame drop.
Yeah. This is kind of a catch-all solution from Quest, because this hero is also good against CK. The Ursa matchup is double-edged. I think you outlined it pretty simply there. Ursa's, in theory, quite good against you. The problem is Brewmaster can get really high evasion nowadays, and in teamfights, if Brew is free to do whatever he wants, he will Cyclone the Ursa. And it should be full duration even if he's enraged, I think. I can't remember this, like... Yule's does not get reduced by status resistance, but does the Brew Cyclone? There's like some weird
doubt it.
inconsistency
I
there.
highly doubt it. It should have the same rules as Yule's, but you'd know better than me, analyst.
Yeah, for some reason it comes to mind as not the same thing with status resist on the Brew.
Downloadnya 14
Which is a pretty good
Mbps.
deal if that is the case, because then Ursa... I mean, still, you're probably going to
You're
lose
not-
the majority of your enrage to being Cyclone for
But
2
you
seconds.
mentioned
Uploadnya
CK,
2
that's not gonna get picked
Mbps.
now that there's a Brew. So
Yeah,
3,
Brew
4,
and
5,
Dragon
6,
also
6,
feels
7, 8,
like-
9, 10 wae.
Weaver, Carry.
one of the better
Sampai
solutions
melok
to
buffering
Weaver, but
pisan,
you're gonna
Cuk.
have the Grimstroke Dispel.
Oh,
You're potentially gonna have
boy.
a Rubik Shard later to reposition you if you do get caught. I'm kind of down with this. I think it's good. The Weaver also has the ability as one of the few carries in the game to truly chase IO during fights and disrupt that IO gyro combination. So can you believe we got a 10th pick Weaver? It wasn't even on my radar because like I'm mentally like this hero isn't in the game now. You
It was
know?
banned most of the time, or first pick, the
That's
other.
crazy. It got
set
all
of
the way to
times.
last pick. I think this is a better pick than Ursa.
Okay.
Actually, the
Ursa
more I look at
definitely
it, so.
kiteable. That's his one issue. Weaver, not so much.
I like both drafts. I am curious to see primarily how PSG Quest are going to manage their top lane, because I think there's a possibility of Weaver Grim just running rampant. The worst lanes I've seen from Brewmaster in Pro Dota are against this exact lane. It's Weaver Grim. So Omar and Malik have their work cut out for them. And I think the rest of Navi Junior's lane should be pretty stable. Rubik Beastmaster, it's a classic spam lane. You just nuke out the wave with Axis and Fade Bolt. Gyro is going to try to push it back the other way with Flat Cannon, and then you're both just pushing waves and clearing creeps, and that's fine. If you're drawing against Gyro's Beast, that's good. And the DK versus Primal, I imagine, will be pretty even as well. So pretty level playing field as far as I'm concerned, and this should be exciting. And good news for Navi Junior, right? Because if they get off to a good start, their games have generally been very good.
I mean, I'll say their laning stage in the second half of this qualifier have definitely been better than the first half.
That's true.
They are improving very quickly. So here we are in game number 2. If Navi Junior loses, they're out. Quest looking for a ticket to TI. And of course, if they win this, they'll have to match up against Tundra to find out who that second slot will go to, Entity being the first. And we have an early smoke being popped. Ducalis knows that they're up there now. In terms of the facets from Navi Junior's side, very standard ones, nothing to really write home about. And we got Thorny Thicket on Omar. Noob Dragon Knight goes for the Corrosive Dragon that has been nerfed several times now, it feels like. And I do want to talk about that for a moment, but first we'll end with Gyrocopter, Mr. TA2000. It's the only one that seems to take the secondary strikes facet over the move speed one, which is interesting.
I guess if you're playing with IO, maybe it's less relevant to have the move speed because you're already fast. But on the flip side, if you get some sort of move speed with the Rocket Barrage facet, you're just even faster. And you keep IO in tow, obviously, so... Yeah. Ducalis will find the ward. Easy D ward for him.
So yeah, talk to me about Dragon Knight, the 3 facets, and it seems like most people still just go this one. Not that we're seeing a ton of DK right now, but it's the one that's been most severely nerfed.
34.000.
Yeah, I think overall
Frame
it's probably
drop.
still just the best one on average. So
Terima kasih
goes to
MNC.
show why the nerfs were deserved. Even after nerfing it, it is still the choice. It's the highest damage output for the time of the game that Dragon Knight really wants to put pressure as a mid hero. The minus armor is really powerful. It's also going to be nice for Gyro the whole game that DK applies minus armor to the target.
Sampai melok buffering pisan, coy.
Before pro players start taking the other ones in professional games, I think the fire facet is probably only really a safe lane Dragon Knight thing. So,
Alright, we'll be in mid lane versus the Primal Beast, and I have no idea how this matchup goes anymore since the facets for DK are just so different. Would you say that this is, I mean, typically Primal Beast loves melee heroes, but DK can get very good CS in these lanes, and if you start to trample, he's just going to Dragon Tail you. So it might be DK.
Sampai melok buffering pisan, ya
Have
Allah.
really changed over time, right? It's like matchups that you thought historically were like, yeah, this is probably even, or oh, maybe Dragon Knight loses this slightly. It's just this hero just seems to win every lane almost that I see. So I don't know. I feel like it's probably quite even, but so far that is not the case. Noob, of course, will just Dragon Tail the Primal if he tries to play offensively, but he can also use the Breathe Fire for pressure. Malik in trouble bottom. This is the lane that...
Ooh, sniped out.
Now he could cut. Let's see if he goes for it. He could glyph here.
Apakah aman? Nggak tahu. Kita pindah ke
the tower's aggro or whatever. Yeah, Noob's not letting him.
IndiHome.
He's zone controlling him completely. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, Nico, are you gonna sacrifice one range creep? Yes, he is.
Sepertinya nggak tahu aman apa enggak.
Gets
Tapi
the water
kita
ring.
lihat saja 2 jam ke depan.
No longer playing 1-on-1. We're playing 1-on-0 for both
Karena
players.
Menshi Tai.
Huh, didn't pull this to the camp. Interesting.
Oh,
Got a glyph,
fortification.
that's annoying.
Oh god. Yeah, that's a miserable start for sure.
Kita pindah ke IndiHome.
I guess he'll. Noob is trying to connect the waves here. This is a really long.
Iki apa,
pull to
Cok,
do
eh?
that.
He gets the bounty
Kripe mbok
room.
goa, mbok gonang
Not completely
dino
waste of
lho.
time. Nope, he's really
Well,
committed to this.
Astaghfirullah.
But, yeah. Nico
Bocah-bocah
he took out the whole
piye
wave, so
lho.
now time to reconnect for Noob.
Now, what Noob did accomplish with this
Bentar.
was he forced Niku to do this for so long that he couldn't get the next wave before that
True.
connected. So it actually wasn't a waste of time. It's just really funny to see. But now the waves will meet.
I mean,
Noob will have a huge wave in his tower.
Look, yeah, he's gonna get all this CS, but that helped a lot for Niku. I think that was definitely favored towards him. As bottom lane got the juice, getting applied a lot of pressure, and he
not
goes
an
down to
expected kill.
Malik. Yeah.
That is a surprising kill to find in that lane. Omar will be in trouble. More than likely just dead here. No?
Niku making
Yes.
a rotation, stroke of fate. Nice snipe again. Have you seen the other? Oh, we're gonna have to hold that thought. Noob, mid lane. Daze is dead. Now we see the dragon form go to work on the tower with the siege as well.
Yeah,
Niku's still only
strong
level
push.
5.
2 points in the Worm's Wrath is -2 armor on the tower with the siege wave. And of course the corrosive breath itself. So Niku's trying his best to delay this, but they're actually just
Omar.
getting straight to work.
He gets
Apa
the
meneh
bramble
iki?
off, and the Cursed Crown will be there as well.
They're gonna lose this tower minute 6. Oh boy, this is a rough start for Navi Jr. all of a sudden.
Niku not gonna be able to get the deny.
Just
Yeah, the double
strictly
support.
from draft, this looked like it could be a relatively even laning phase, but Quest say no. They draw the bottom lane with the Brew against Weaver, Grim, and the top lane, Gyro, is getting enormous. Just total free farm on TA 2000. Looking very healthy here inside of Quest and Doom 2. Wisdom runes are coming up. Looks like it's just going to be a 1-for-1 split. Neither team really trying to invade. But just a 2k lead from the laning stage for Quest right now.
Oh, you
All
said
3
that.
lanes ahead.
Got the juice. Gonna try to go
Maybe they
for
will get one.
Malik. There's a TP coming. Wisdom rune in
Io.
2 seconds. The stun goes off, and Noob, got the juice, does get the Wisdom rune, and Daze as well. So Navi
Okay,
Jr.
that's very
getting
important.
a good exchange.
Yeah. They're still behind, but this is a big part of the lead kind of salvaged here for Navi with that steal. Yeah, a moment ago it looked like they had no intention of trying to steal it, but they changed their minds and went for it, or rather committed to it as late as possible, which is of course perfect. Just got there in time with the Weaver and stole that out. It is going to cost a little bit on the CS front though. When you send your carry for that, he is spending more than half a minute to try to steal that rune, and as a result now the distance to Gyro has increased even further. But he has to do it for his supports to get a game. So yeah.
Yeah, all 3 cores for Quest at the top of the charts in terms of net worth. So, I mean, looking at the 2K lead this early, that does not bode well usually for most teams. Navi Jr. find an avenue to get back into this game. PMA hits level 6, so Primal Roar is actually holding the point for now. As Riddies runs into Omar, gets the silence off, and here comes Niku. Oh, puts him onto the low ground, but Pulverize will ensure the kill. And that's going to be Niku's first of the game. And with that, he is still about 1,200 net worth discrepancy away from the DK. And Malik has been, I mean, after that first death, he got that turnaround kill, and it's been kind of a free game for him. Not a whole lot of pressure.
It's a really good
Aman?
result for Brew to draw this lane. Like that
Sepertinya
is-
aman.
And it's not even a draw. I guess, actually. Let's call it a draw. It's close enough. But
Sepertinya
that's the
aman.
thing. It's kind of a matter of definition, right? Is this
Utamakan.
lane a draw if they have the same net worth when the expected outcome is that Weaver wins? You know what I mean? Like, when do you call it a draw? Is that when Brew loses slightly because that's what you thought was gonna... Or... the lane, right? Because he's outperforming expectations.
Masa Allah lah 3080p. Ora kuat, cok.
A little bit of lane space here and there. Omar will be leeching from noob in mid along with protecting him, and the good news is for Io, you always get high levels when you play with Gyro. He will be farming really fast. You're going to be playing together in the jungle. Levels are no concern for him. So get the Willow to 6 and everything is fine for the side of quest.
And I think this Blink Dagger that's about to come for Noob is going to have huge implications. If Navi Jr. can make that feel a little underwhelming, not get the full value out of it, then maybe that'll provide them a little boost to get them into the mid game.
I actually wonder,
Juice
given how
definitely
this game
farming
is
well.
going so far, if this could be a Midas.
On the DK?
Yeah, I mean, he has committed for the dagger, and I get it, and I think it's good. But I was just thinking this could potentially be a game where you could get away with a Midas. Your Gyro is totally free. You know this. You know your Brew is doing well. And the enemy team's lineup has build-up time, right? Beastmaster needs to finish his eggs. The Primal Beast needs 1 or 2 items before he's really online. So potentially you could have greeted it up here if you wanted to. But knowing Quest, they want to play aggressively. They want to take advantage of their DK's power spike here, play around Brew Split, and try to get a tower or 2. Got the juice, will have a look at Malik, but can't really do anything. Malik is way too tanky. Level 8 Brew with 2 bracers, and the Pig Pole, even more stats.
Does have a lot of dead net worth on him.
That's
as
true.
Most Brewmasters do. So you get that juicy Sacred Relic. Smoke now from Quest. Noob leading the way with this Blink Dagger. This will be the reveal, and obviously they have their sights set
Nonton.
on the juicy target that has got the
Gak
juice. but
1080p iki
gonna
anu,
be able to
cok.
Shikuchi away, reading that
Iki piro iki?
quite easily.
720p.
And now counter smoke from Navi Jr.
Omar's level 6, a great pairing for the Dragon
Loh,
Knight.
niki
to get
piro
to
meneh,
work with this
480,
dagger. So they are going to
720.
be playing together in tandem. I
Oh.
would imagine for the around your DK. It looks like Navi Jr. are going to be successful in
They
finding
run into
something
them.
here.
Yeah, Stroke of Fate onto
Nice
both.
tether.
Niku not able to find the true connection. Now Malik TP's in with the Primal Split. This Primal Beast is going to get destroyed. Even Noob makes his way over. And Riddy's going to take the brunt of the damage from Bedlam. And they will get the Rubik on the backside. So
Damn.
2 supports and a Primal. Great rotation from Quest. Just shutting that play down completely.
That did not work. They broke the smoke with the supports onto Ducalis, but he's able to tether away from the onslaught. The no instant initiation there from a telekinesis into a Grim Silence or anything of the sort makes that very easy. Quest just TP and reinforcements and they clean up. And this is the makings of potentially the first game we see Navi Jr. just truly get stomped. I guess the second game against Tundra and Uppers was also quite rough. I think that was against a Carry Brood, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
Sounds
this
familiar.
is...
There's 4
this is
bounty
not
runs.
good.
What the hell is this for
All right.
on the Quest side of the map?
Oh.
How does that
Dragon Knight,
happen?
how would you like a bottle refill that you don't have? Could have filled his bottle twice with that.
That's nice. Yeah, not looking good early on for Navi Jr. That's kind of their forte, Cinder.
Yeah, it's just this
Lose
is to
early
a
game
level.
and then come back.
This is to an unseen level for them, though. It's very, very hard right now. You do have great fighting heroes, and you've shown what you can do as a team. But there's a limit to how much you can compensate for missing gold. Terrorize.
The time lapse already used. Forgot the juice. Oh dear. Bramble hits as well, and he's gonna get away. The homing missile's on his way as well. He might just die straight up. In the meantime, pulverize. Yep, the Weaver's dead. They get the IO, but that might be it. Niku on the run. No onslaught for 5 seconds. TP, pretty good spot.
Those brambles were on both sides of him. He was right in the center. And yeah, he does get out. They kind of, I mean, this is still not a good trade for Navi Jr. losing their Weaver and Grim for an IO and a tower, but with how that fight was developing, they could have lost the whole team except Beastmaster, who was fortunate enough to not be there.
Dave steals another Wisdom Rune, so they're going to end up getting the first 4 Wisdom Runes, and they're still losing horribly.
Yeah, imagine if they didn't have those. How atrocious this would be. Okay, on to Noob we go. Pulverize.
Do they have the damage? I don't think so.
Stun and walk off.
Well, he's flying, so it's not exactly a walk. Very low flying, though. Kind of like gliding, if anything. Smoke from Navi Jr. Blade Mail onto Niku. No way to really close the gap that fast. They're going to be revealed right away.
Again.
With the Radiance timing for the Brew. TP from Omar, just in case. As Malik. It's not going to be a surprise Radiance, but still, quite a good timing.
Yeah. Noob's going to find Days.
Easy kill. An easy one. Steals Breathe Fire.
Malik has joined the team as well. This is a full-on team move now. Roche is up on the dire side right now. So, I mean, if you're feeling that 15 minutes in that you're unfightable because of your Brew Radiance, you could go for it. It's kind of slow, but you've at least...
Allahu Akbar!
But, it only came to minus
2024 loh iki.
Entire team was here, but they feel like it's not worth it.
So ono bufferingnya barang loh.
Take care of waves, farm up. Keep that ball rolling.
Yeah, and for Navi Jr., let's see what the power spikes are. PMA already has his Aghanim Scepter, but certainly needs a Blink Dagger, and it's actually not that far away from about 700. For Niku, BKB, obviously, and he's pretty far away, but can just get the Ogre Club right now, and got the juice. Deso is the next timing. That's very close. And he doesn't even have BKB in his sights currently. See if that ends up biting him.
It's got a lot of ground to cover on the Weaver. This is a carry that we've seen TA2000, when he's winning games, he's generally a head start to finish. Just has a good laning stage, stays on par with the enemy carry at the bare minimum. This is a 3,000 discrepancy, and it's the Gyro matchup is tricky for the Weaver in the sense that if Gyro is one item up, he can actually just stand his ground and fight you all the time, and he even has an IO. Found Days again. Amplified Damage Rune is still not enough to convince them to go Roche. They just can't be bothered. It's tough.
It's not 20 minutes yet.
They can't really fight, I think. This is reminding me a little bit of Quest's game against Secret, game number 1, where Quest had the Pango Venge lineup, and it was like no matter how Secret were to initiate, the amount of saves and problems was just overwhelming. If you think about this from Navi Jr.'s perspective, how do you start a fight? Like, who do you go on? Going on the Dragon Knight is... Oh, hang on.
Oh. Dragon Knight is going to get stunned up by the Primal Roar. They get that kill, but here comes TA2000. Hooked up by the IO. And you can see the Facet going to work as well. The homing missiles on top. That is going to be a dead Beastmaster. The supports drop dead. Got the juice. They don't have vision. Looks like he's going to get away scot-free.
So that was a 2-on-1 turned into a 3-on-2, and then the IO relocate comes in and they overwhelm them. So they did get the Dragon Knight, but this was Quest's fight that they picked. So next time around, Dragon Knight will have a BKB, and I think this counterplay will be a lot harder to pull off. But at the very least, Navi Jr. get a little bit there. Still, they're going to need much more than this if they want to equalize the game. I'm looking at it, alright, the Weaver Deso being online, perhaps you just, I don't know, you can't just be like, let's just go fight and expect this to go well. You need a really clear strategy. I guess you accept that Gyro can't be your first target, so I guess you have to try to find supports with Aurora and then just assassinate them with the Weaver, and then build the fight from there. And then think about the tanky targets after, because initiating on Dragon Knight, Brew, or Gyro, any of these three will be extremely difficult. We'll see if they can pull it off. They are going for the smoke here. Wrapping around 3 heroes from Quest who are hiding in the trees now. Seem to have a pretty good idea this is happening.
Navi Jr. have to win this fight. Nope.
If DK reacts fast enough and BKB's here,
he's going to get lifted first. He gets off the BKB. Niku, the Pulverize, finally comes through with the Soulbind as well. Dragon Knight is extremely low. Terrorize comes out. The Primal Beast is already dead. Same with the Beastmaster and the Weaver. It's all 3 cores for Navi Jr. Oh dear, it's a full team wipe.
yeah,
That is...
Yikes.
the counterplay is insane. Like, they're there, they're ready with the support, they're ready with the reload, and all Noob needs to do in this instance is press BKB and breathe fire, and he does not die. Io comes in with a mech, they get all of their spells lined up, and their team fight is ridiculously strong, so... Yeah, you said it. This fight had to work out for Navi Jr. Let's just say it didn't. I think that's a pretty good summary of that.
Yep, accurate.
Not much to add to that. This is turning into a complete shellacking, as an idiot likes to say.
Couple idiots.
Talking about Jenkins, of course.
Oh, yeah.
You're the good guy.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know how you come back from this. This is close to insurmountable.
The only thing that's missing in Quest's lineup right now is an agent. It feels like it's just a matter of time before they feel like they want to go there. If all their spells are ready and Navi enter the area and the smoke gets broken by literally any hero with buyback, I think they can't get the fight. So all you need to do is go 5 heroes to the Roche Pit, place somebody near the gate. If that hero smoke breaks and gets killed, buys back and TPs down to the bottom tier 2 and just rushes down there. Follow-up fight is next to impossible. Navi Jr. just not enough damage, I think, is the primary issue here. They have some nice combos, but the lanes have to go better than this.
Sampai tuku spesialis are itu.
They got a wisdom rune.
Ayo.
That's cool. First one of the game. They've got 1 out of 6, and they're crushing. There you go.
I wonder how often that has happened in Dota's brief history with the Wisdom Runes. And yeah, you see Quest just getting into that Roche Pit. And we'll see how much ground they can cover with this first Aegis. With this push, Niku, at the very least, from the Primal Beast, will have his BKB. Got the juice. Is just starting his BKB now.
Ono buffering maneh tuh, ya Allah. Hey.
And I mean, I feel like that was a soulbind into the primal ult, but couldn't really tell in the midst of things if it was actually doing anything.
Terus ono buffering maneh.
Double primal roar.
Oh boy. Daze tried to be cute and steal dragon form. He found a good little crevice.
He did steal it. Let me try.
Oh, they killed the Dragon Knight.
Good job. Well done. TA 2000, Aghanim Scepter, BKB. He's had the BKB for longer though.
He runs into
and
PMA,
like,
has to use roar defensively just to get out of trouble.
The roar and run.
And this is a free tier 2 tower now, because this spell is too important. I think you can literally just group up with the Wave and Brewmaster split now and take this tower. You don't even need to split. You have the Aegis as a buffer, so just put TA 2000 in the mix. Send him into the fray and get started. We're going to do just that. Ducalis standing in a safe position behind. Letting TA 2000
What do you think of the butterfly that he's opting for next on the gyro?
over getting
Nggak buffering
finishing
meneh, Cok.
Daedalus, or...
Ya Allah Gusti.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's good tempo. It's good for the Weaver matchup because he's so far ahead. The Weaver simply cannot buy MKB right now. He has to get BKB, so he's kind of exploiting his advantage even further this way. But it's also just in terms of DPS.
Speaking of the Weaver, Terrorize, TA2000 comes with Ducalis. And that is a kill on the position 1. Got the juice has been squeezed into a pulp.
Wonder what Quest are going to do next. That was the mid tier 2. Top tier 2 is available. The wave is quite far though. At least PMA has pushed that one out. But the bottom wave already being cut by Brewmaster Manta. So you could think about that. But they're going to go top. PMA will blink away. TA2000 is just going to chase and get roared again. Let's see.
Okay, that is some good damage onto TA2000. Of course, it is just the Aegis. He doesn't even bother popping the BKB. And sidewindering is Noob, who catches Daze yet again. BKB already activates. That's going to be a freebie. Riddies gets off his ult, but just going to get hounded down by the Primal Split. It just feels like PSG Quest can do whatever the hell they want, and they won't really suffer any consequences.
So that was a roar to get 2 of your supports killed and a town. At the same, you've got to do something, right? So, like roaring the gyro and going for this follow-up fight might not be the worst, but here comes the bigger challenge. High ground time is upon us. No Beastmaster roar. Dragon Knight is knocking on the front door. There's no split, so I guess potentially.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be damage this time around. There's no Aegis as well.
Chill. But more and more and more advantage.
Kita kembali ke mencoba MNC lagi. Gini aja wis. Karena saya hari streaming versi apa streaming keduanya isinya hanya marah-marah. Kita kembali ke mencoba ke MNC. Nanti kalau misalkan masih lemot lagi, kita akhiri aja. Karena kayaknya kalau malam hari tidak bersahabat untuk live streaming. Sebenarnya di sini aman-aman aja. Tapi entah kenapa kalau dibuat live stream itu tidak bersahabat. Sebelum itu mau ngecek ini.
That way you kind of just cover all the angles. Send the probably play the IO gyro in the top half, and unless you feel unsafe like you're going to get ganked there, then maybe be a little bit more cautious. But
Oke, kita beralih ke MNC dalam hitungan ketiga.
Since this particular team, you don't spread up as much as you would against others because there's no need to. You know they're kind of tight. They're either making a 5-man move or they're farming, and in that case, you're just trading, which is good enough. Tier 2 tower. TA2000.
Kita coba sampai jam 9 aja ya. Jam 9 kalau masih aman kita lanjut, kalau nggak aman kita akhiri aja. Oke. Mohon maaf atas ketidaknyamanannya. Mohon maaf kalau isi live streamingnya hanya marah-marah aja. Karena yang kita tahu adalah 2024 seharusnya internet sudah lebih berkembang dari semua sisi. Kalaupun ada masalah trouble atau problem koneksi internet, seharusnya kita sebagai pelanggan diberitahu setidaknya ada pemberitahuan kalau ada problem. Tapi di sini kita tahu semuanya pengen menikmati enaknya aja dari sisi pembeli dan dari segi penjual. Nanti kita lihatlah nanti isi Twitter dari MNC TV. Apakah ada yang sama dengan saya?
It's very awkward timing, but like you know that this gyro doesn't have BKB. You're down an astronomical amount. Is that enough to
Twitter
force the
aka
issue?
There is a little bit of a window here where you could either sell a Wraith Bang or his wand and then get BKB and then the insta smoke, or now he's going to kill the ancients that just respawn, then he'll have it. So maybe, I mean, I'm with you. I think smoke right now. You have 40 seconds against the gyro. This is your best opportunity. Of course, quests are going to be anticipating the play, but, you know, I like talking about this sometimes in casts, is that sometimes you have to try a fight that you have 20% chance of winning because it's the only chance you have. And it's terrible, but the alternative is 0. So, you know, just waiting around doing nothing here is only going to end one way. It's about identifying when you have a moment of opportunity. This could have been one. I guess they just weren't ready.
Di satu sisi lain aku juga mengincar jam kerja ya, bukan jam kerja, jam tidur, karena besok adalah Senin. Jadi mungkin kenapa saya lebih memilih jam 10 untuk diakhiri, karena minimal itu setidaknya 4 jam. Tidur itu kan minimalnya 8 jam. Karena nanti ya kita tahu mungkin jam 2 nonton bola, terus sebelum katakan sebelum jam 2 pokok tidur 4 jam sampai jam 2 pagi, jam 2 dini hari. Itu kita bisa bangun setidaknya seger. Nah, saya lihat kembali HP saya ini, entah atau mungkin dari MNC-nya. Oke, MNC, terima kasih sudah membuat saya marah-marah. Ini karena merah lagi, nggak tahu kenapa.
And Quest are experienced enough to not get caught off, but you know, again, it feels like Navi kind of have to try for it, right? You gotta hope the enemy makes a mistake, slips up a bit, and catch them, but Quest are stable. No slip-ups here.
Yep, Quest playing super safe. TA2000 feels like we're talking about him getting a new item every couple minutes.
8.30 PM, sekarang 8.30. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Aku nggak tahu ini artinya apa. Aku hanya bisa menerjemahkan aja.
It would take a lot.
Entah itu di OBS-nya atau di mananya, saya juga nggak tahu. Kita lihat lagi.
You have to fight in the pit. I think fighting in your base, as much as it's nice to have the high ground and have the buybacks, the Aegis plus banner is going to be too much to deal with. And yeah, isn't it funny that the banner actually matters now? We're actually talking about it like it's an item now.
No more memes.
Yeah. Shard will go to the Dragon Knight, getting a little bit of a fireball. Maybe he can celebrate with a fireball later, but he needs to beat Tundra first.
Assuming he's 21, of course.
Yeah.
Nguploadnya 28
He's in Europe, so probably 18 or 16
or baby.
Well, that's the
There's
UK
no age.
only.
It's just baby.
Little known fact, in England, you actually get baptized in beer. Yes.
Amazing. It's really good for the skin. And they're sticking around the pit, but it is, like we said, a bit of a late
Aku
spawn.
tadi lihat Aiselin kok.
Got the Juice and Company will get another Tormentor. Daze gets his
Bang
shard, so
Aiselin!
they do have an extra save, and he just picked up a Blink Dagger, so lots more mobility to go along with his Force Staff. So they have a couple Blinks now. And I didn't notice until now, Riddy's.
Maafkan jika live stream part 2 hari ini isinya hanya marah-marah.
This is like something from a pub. This is like Slacks level, except that would be an
Tapi setidaknya perut saya kenyang.
It's just brown boots and just a bunch of
insulting. I can't believe you said that.
Slacks is immortal. Slacks is immortal. He's an immortal player that will sometimes buy 5 boots on Veno. So just one of those things, you know.
Dikarenakan MNC yang tidak bersahabat.
Yeah, I don't blame Riddies for this though. You got to go big or go home, right? Like he's like, this is the type of game where I need to make a truly game-winning play, or it'll be all for naught. But the problem is, you have half of this hex. Yep. So in reality, is it better to buy a smaller item and at least have that in the upcoming probably game-deciding fight than hoping for a miracle and then getting a hex? Let's see, Aegis as well as Banner picked up. Yeah, well, more than likely just head straight up to top lane and just start knocking down this half HP tower with a banner, daring Navi, saying, "Come at us."
Banner equipped by GALAX.
Oh, Days is barely getting out there. It's close.
The designated banner user. Noob has already popped his ultimate. They're going to smoke up. And, I mean, we haven't really talked about Noob too much, but AC, Blink, Satanic, BKB.
Yep, all
Very
the heroes
strong.
are stupid tanky. So,
All right, we have a smoke. Navi Jr., this might be their last stand. They need to play flawlessly. And even with that, Quest needs to make some mistakes for this to
Noob could jump Days here.
be a
He will.
story.
Fireball.
Yep, Days.
Oh,
force step back
bisa-bisa
into the
guys
base.
kalahin
Trying to
Navi.
backstab is the rest of
Navi
Navi
bocah
Jr.
ya kalahin.
2000 still
Enggak,
hooked up
masih
by the
bisa selamat
IO
tuh.
though.
This
And
backstab play did not work. Get the hell out.
backstab into teleport, I think, is the play.
They smoke behind
Terus
the enemy
garuk-garuk
team
kepala
to
tuh, San.
back.
Padahal orang gatel.
That's mission failed. Well, they did cut the wave, but now the mid wave instead will just be where Quest go, and this one
Oh,
you cannot push
DK
out. They could put down the
satanik
banner right
barang
here.
loh
They
itu.
will. TA 2000.
And there they
will
go.
start. Yeah,
The creeps,
actually
oh,
placed the banner
yeah,
too far
bad
back.
placement.
A little bit of a
Very
mistake
bad
there.
placement. But it probably won't matter in the end. TA 2000 and company, we talked about mistakes being made. That's a slight one.
Yeah.
They still get the tower. Oh, force staff aggressively, very nicely done. They're going to get life number 1. Can they do it again is the question. Primal Sprint is activated. BKB popped by Gyro. The roar is reversed. He's still at half HP, though. Do they have the damage to cut through him? It looks like they do. Unbelievably so. The rest, though, we see Niku still getting ticked down by Dragonite. There's more heroes to contest with. Has got the Juice Cursed Crown with a right click. Will actually live somehow. As Noob standing his ground against this Beastmaster, the Primal Beast buys back into the game, and it looks like Quest have to try to retreat. They're going to get the range racks as the DK is relocated. Now the Shadow Realm protecting the Dark Willow for the time being.
Nice stolen
The
brambles. by
stolen
Daze.
Bramble will cause the Oh, that's
Sick
right.
hold.
GALAX came
Wow.
back.
They
Unbelievable
actually defended
defense
that.
here.
There's a couple of really clutch plays happening in this situation. So Daze goes for the offensive force staff into telekinesis, then they pull him back close to the towers and then roar him. And on this, or rather, they don't roar. That's the important part. They didn't roar the first kill. The fact that they could kill him without roaring him led to an opening for a multiple back-to-back kill. He didn't survive with even with the Satanic. So, yeah, Navi Jr. showing here some of their exceptional
Masih
coordination.
merah.
It's just really unfortunate for them
MNC,
that the game is this
terima
bad.
kasih.
Or
Sudah
this could
buat
have
saya
obviously been
marah-marah.
amazing.
I
It
mean,
stalls
I
things
talk
out.
about how it being basically a miracle if they defend,
Yeah.
and they did. Showing some of the reason why they've gotten so far in this tournament. We're going to see the replay here. The aggressive force staff play from Navi. Junior.
Yep. And they're
Ooh,
the roar.
interesting.
They even lotus the roar, but still enough damage. The terrorize doing nothing because all the heroes are BKB'd.
Juni
And the
5,
IO
Juni
tether just
3.
not ready. He used it on the first life, so it didn't
Terakhir
have tether
Juni
again.
5.
But yeah, as you said, when Gyro is dead, the fight isn't even over. That's just step number 1. And you have to contend with the Dragonite, who's also huge. So
Juni 14,
they hold.
Juni 11,
Step number 1 of many
Juni 5.
if Navi want to go to TI.
17K lead. I don't know what that was at before, but certainly cut into it a bit. Dark Portrait for Riddies, Cinderin. So Aghanim Scepter, Gyrocopter or Dragonite. I mean, maybe even Brew technically if you have no other choice for the Radiance. How good is this illusion going to be? Because you're not getting flat cannon or anything like that. So I
Yeah.
feel like the DK is probably the best choice.
If you can get DK plus Brew, that's the dream.
Udah hijau lagi. Hijau cuma 10 menit, 15
Anything
menit.
really, I
Habis
think
itu
this is
isinya merah.
possibly a better choice than the Hex. It's kind of close, but you know, when you're down a lot, then turning your enemy team against themselves can be useful. If you get a DK clone, you get both the Dragon form as well as the AC, right? So that'll be a really good one to get since they don't have access to those auras themselves.
All right, we got the double brew split now. Surely this barracks is going down.
Yeah, they're going to go for it without an Aegis because they have the shield rune on Gyro plus refresher brew coming in.
There
Let's
is a
see if
fortification
Navi
for
can do
Navi
it
Jr.
again.
Lotus supplied to TA2000. There's the first primal split. Lift up onto the Weaver. Already heavy damage to this melee barracks. Terror. Oh, they forced the Weaver this time, and he's blown up. No buyback at all. They return the favor with the force staff.
Kok
I think that
pemikiran
was
di
the
force staff
void panel,
barang.
wasn't it? Was it
Either
just the
way.
astral pull? I mean, lovely
Either
play.
way, beautiful
Instant.
play, and now going for the megas. It's a 4 versus 5.
Yes.
Oh dear. PMA,
Reflect.
reverse, primal, roar again as Nico going in with the trample, not doing basically any damage as the second brew split comes out. And now Niku on the run has to get help from the Grimstroke just to limp back to base, but this is going to be mega creeps. As you can see, Daze on the other side. Looks like he's going to drop with
No,
very
get the
little
blink
effort
off.
from PSG Quest. Okay, does get out. But that is mega creeps for PSG Quest. PMA just trying his best. You can see the Dark Portrait Gyrocopter trying to defend. Not as fearsome as you would think.
And all
with
Quest need to
Mega
do now
Creeps.
is wait for next Roche or for the refresher to be ready and then do the exact same thing again at the tier 4s. And they
Indeed.
just need to avoid getting pulled into, at this time, Fountain pretty much is the best friend that Navi Jr. have left. Is some sort of lift into aggressive 4-step, into Fountain, into Roar or whatever. Is the Gyro's power levels and the protection is just too much. And they learned from their previous mistake, right? That's what was clear to see from Quest. After the last fight they had, they preloaded the Gyro as he goes
Lagi.
in the first time.
Jadi
So they
war
can't
tok
go for this
Ruby ke.
play. And then when they did go for the Roar the second time around, there was also a Lotus available. So they put that on him, they reflect the Roar, and it means that Nico can't pulverize, which is the biggest problem. The follow-up is unavailable as long as the Lotus is running. So, yeah, really good stuff.
Well, Daedalus about to be completed by Noob. And he hits like a truck now. Not a Cybertruck, though, because those are garbage.
I got nothing on that.
With the Aghanim Scepter, and I mean, that is a good tool against the DK.
Yeah. Primal has to do a lot of damage to win the fight, so I would agree. I think maybe this can be a little bit of a help. The refresher on Beastmaster, perhaps there's some sort of play, but the problem is if he's getting Lotused on the first roar, he can't like chain roar perfectly. He can still roar again out of himself waking up, but do you really have the damage if Ducalis is unaccounted for and gets to reload as well? Very, very tough, but you have to try for it. Play to your strengths, use your heroes, cast everything you've got at the Gyro, I suppose, because I don't think Quest is going to give them any other opening than daring them to fight their Gyro. The Brewmaster will never enter the base without being in split. The Dragon Knight is just waiting outside, and the supports are standing 2,000 range behind both of them. So it's Gyro or
Di
bust.
sini Navi bocil masih berusaha.
Another shard for Navi Jr. PMA gets it.
Untuk
Are you
bisa
surprised
mendapatkan
that-
satu
like, what,
angka
is Ags not
dan
purchased that
memperjuangkan
often on DK anymore?
ke qualifier TI.
Not
Like,
so
I-
much, I would say.
Like even in this build,
Apakah
I feel
mereka
like it's
bisa
so good.
menaklukkan
Could be fine, but
combo Io
don't think he
Gyro
needs it.
Capture
as much as he just needs to be able to stand and deliver. It's not the best
yang sudah
damage per
jadi
gold, right?
sejak menit
Part of the value
20
before was the Manta
di
build,
sini.
but you're not
Well,
the Frost Dragon.
gue ancok aku.
So, like, how good is it really
Di sini,
to upgrade your Dragon form by one when you
Seperti biasa, mereka
getting extra
sebelum
damage on your
melakukan
Dragon form, which is
endgame,
nice.
dia melakukan
A bit
rosan
more move speed, the
untuk
flying
PSG
movement is
Quest.
also great, of course. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's still a good item. But the Manta
Lalu mereka
Frost
pindah ke
Dragon was
atas.
just something else. Speaking of noob, he's gonna get 25 in one creep. So he has the choice of AoE Dragon Tail during Dragon Form or 12 regen and armor. So let's see what his read on the situation is. I imagine it's going to be tank up even more.
Level 23, Cuk.
Yeah, which makes the
level 21
Niku
kalah,
Ags
Cuk.
even more valuable if you can
Soalnya
get that break.
21 tambah 19.
TA2000, the Aegis, and he has the refresher shard in his backpack right now. So looking for the potential double BKB
Sing dilawan
just
nih,
for
loro.
safety's sake. And Malik, of course, has a normal refresher orb. And we'll see how they try to finish this game. TA2000 taking out the buildings that are named buildings. Oh, PMA.
Woi, di sini Pramelro sudah dilakukan kepada Deka. Deka mati.
100 seconds. T2000 and company want to continue the fight though. It seems as PMA has to try to run away. Pico backline.
Akankah mereka melakukan kill kepada Gyrocopter? Dark Willow sudah mati. Zero mati pertama.
Death number 1, but if they get rid of this IO, there's no way to get out.
Dan Zero BKB TP. Alhamdulillah.
The primal split being used to take out the tier 4, by the way. Is this the last Brewmaster Panda?
Dan Brewmaster di sini melakukan rat. Tapi gagal, Bung. Di sini kembali Brewmaster. Padahal Brewmasternya sudah melakukan ulti, namun nyatanya belum bisa berhasil untuk ngerat.
I don't know. I'm not starting to believe quite yet, Shannon, but I'm feeling a little bit of a
tingling.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Navi Jr., can you actually do it? They still need to get the two. They don't have creeps. And we did see Got the Juice is starting to deal some serious damage. Imagine he now picks up some sort of a critical strike, which he's working on. The Crystallis now. Beastmaster with that roar onto the Dragon Knight. I'm really surprised how fast he died, to be honest. Considering he has 50 armor and 4k health. They still killed him just like that. Willow.
Di sini Pramelbisnya melakukan agresif, tapi gagal di sini. Masih ada Gyrocopter. Dark Willow-nya mati, tertangkap sudah. Pramelbis masih mati dan di sini ada Roar. Apakah mereka bisa melakukan? Oh, tidak melakukan. Gyrocopter masih bisa bertahan, yaitu melakukan dengan Satanic Daedalus.
And he survives with the side gunner just keeping him alive here as well.
Malik, he has the primal split.
Akankah di sini Brewmaster ulti saja? Akankah dia mendapatkan satu tower? Dan mereka melakukan mencoba untuk para musuh, yaitu Navi Bocil, untuk melakukan buyback dan berhasil, yaitu kembali farming.
Any of these heroes and kill them off, you can get that man advantage. But man, I cannot believe Navi are making this a game. That's the craziest thing about this, is that I don't know, it almost feels like some of the better teams of this tournament, like arguably, you know, like Entity or Tundra, might not have been able to do this kind of defense.
Dan di sini Weaver-nya melakukan DC.
It's strange to say it, right? But the way they win their games and the way they play is very different from this. But this is so good defensive play.
You want to go next?
Kok so anu ya, Cuk. Sopo mangu? I think he won on next game.
Just bad.
So anu, so kenal kowe.
Yeah.
Oh, bug.
Yeah, bug.
Okay. I was gonna say, is that a new? Because he's 15 years old. There's a lot of sayings with these youngsters.
He meant bag. Oh, that's good. That's some good all chat. Good spirits. Lotus Orb complete now on Ducalis, a fifth layer of defense for TA2000, which he seemingly needs all of.
Apparently.
And they also have the Wind Waker on the Dark Willow, so that's a sixth layer of defense. Let's see if that's enough.
Kuning.
And of course, he himself has the Ascetics cap.
So we're a ways away from this, but surely you got to start thinking if you got the juice for Divine being the next and final item for him.
Yeah.
As he hits 25 now. So
I don't know
extra
how much
geminate
more-
attack.
How much more damage is that than a Daedalus, though?
That's true.
It is
Wonder.
more, but I don't know how much more. it is
Marah-marah
exactly.
cok game.
Considering he also
Sekali
has a
lagi
neutral item
gua
that gives him 50
tegaskan,
damage
ono
in the
GW ini
Guardian,
barang
right,
lho.
which is 100 because he's constantly in his base.
Yeah.
So I actually think the critical strike might be better bang for your buck right now. Just at least the Crystallis. You can get Crystallis Rapier. I think that would be fine.
Yeah, he still has
Yeah,
boots
just
as
go
well.
for
That's
it.
true. He still has a lot of room to grow, actually. And that's the scary thing. That last fight, he was doing a crap ton of damage. That's without the 25 talent. So an
And without
extra attack
crits.
now.
Noob is
Scary
smoked
proposition.
from his ninja
Noob has
gear.
he has a damage rune as well. I mean,
just
there's a
needs to
Dragon
see
Knight
him,
and a Brewmaster, so they could just bulldoze these buildings as well. There's a fortification for Navi Jr. though. Pipe is popped.
Primal Split.
Primal Split looking to take
Primal
out
Split
the
di sini
tier 4.
dilakukan.
Noob jumps in as well.
Beastmaster Roar kepada Deka. Deka apakah di sini berhasil?
Yes, they do.
Gyrocopter di sini masih bertahan. Apakah masih bisa ditaklukkan Gyrocopter? Gyrocopter melakukan satanik di sini. Primal Beast-nya sudah buyback melakukan buyback. Apakah Gyrocopter langsung saja ngehitron? Sementara di sini masih melakukan 40. Apakah masih bisa untuk dilakukan? Oh, Gyrocopter mati dan melakukan buyback. Apakah masih bisa di sini? Gyrocopter langsung saja. Apakah masih bisa di sini? Dan Ayonya melakukan hitron, malah Ayonya
finish this game. But Navi Jr. made them sweat for it, Cinder. And that was
Ayonya melakukan free hit tron
20 minutes ago.
dan akhirnya
Even in the last
PSG
moments,
Quest
they still almost find a
berhasil
way. The first true
melangkah
miscommunication we saw
ke
from
babak
Quest there,
berikutnya,
they went for the
yaitu
Cyclone on the Primal
final-
Beast at the same time they Dragon
Final
Tailed
Lord
them,
bracket
so
melawan
Noob
Tundra.
just
Alah,
jumped in,
ngomong apa,
essentially
cok
to his
aku.
own death, but that's what I was saying. You're playing against one buyback on the Grim. The other heroes can't buy back. You have the numbers advantage. You just buy back, you travel in your DK, you buy back, you travel in your gyro, and you end the game with
Please
a nice
use the free
8v5.
keyframe
that you barely
frequency of 4 seconds or less.
Yeah.
Currently,
I mean,
keyframes
what
are
a
not
great
being seen
showing
sent
from
often
Navi Jr. this
enough,
whole tournament.
which can cause
You
buffering.
know, they're probably a bit disappointed,
The current
right, 'cause they
keyframe
were starting
frequency
to feel
is
it a little bit, but I think they'd
6.0.
be really proud of the showing they did.
Oh, absolutely.
This is the next, potentially the next generation on multiple positions from the Eastern European region. I'm getting a little bit of early Team Spirit vibes from them, and then it just needs a
Nonton Sing Sing tapi Elden Ring ya, Cok.
I'm thinking, Clarence, thank you so much for the tier 1 6 months in advance. My voice.
I've already decided.
Can we do a heart for Clarence? So you're barely doing a heart. That's not even a heart. That was half a heart. Thank you so much.
Loh, wong-wong iso gak pakai jali bisa plus 11, giliran pakai jali nggak naik. Lah piye, Cok? Hai Selin. Hai Selin. Kita ada waktu 1 jam. Kalau menunggu Tundra melawan PSG itu nanti kelamaan karena saya butuh harus jam 10 sudah off. Mengingat jam tidur harus dijaga karena kesehatan siapa yang tahu kita harus menjaga kesehatan dari sekarang. Cek nonton ono enggak? Oh, ada yang anu coy, ada yang SDN coy.
Pos. Merah. Putih. Aku provok ya, aku provok.
Wajay, aku provok.
Aku heal. Puluh menit, 45 detik, 45 detik ini. Provok masuk. Lanjut lagi provoknya aman. Yo, lanjutin, lebihin. Prepare.
Mereka ngene iso ngerti cebol 4 ngono iku piye ya. Wah aku wis suwe enggak SDN ngono lho maksudnya. Wis gawe leveling wae. Karena saya capek, bukan saya capek. Jam tidur harus dijaga. Karena Senin besok kerja, jam 2 harus bangun karena mau nonton bola. Jadi harus dijaga. Nandi iki. Oh. modar, cok. Have you the best iki. Wah, ayo have you the best. Iya. Iya. Kita timer dari sekarang ya teman-teman. 1 jam saja. 1 jam saja. Ku telah bisa cintai kamu di hatiku. Namun bagiku melupakanmu butuh waktuku seumur hidup. 1 jam saja. Wow, gak ngincer anu ya. Gak ngincer attack power kok. Ke-18, 24, 26, 20. Oh nggak butuh iki, sampai butuh iki ke 24. Ya masih lama lah. Seger. Ono sing ngedol mantikor ireng bareng, Cok. Aduh. Oh iya. Gak YouTube oleh nyetel lagu Baby Monster. Aduh, Baby Monster. Adik-adikku. Wih. Wush, anjay. Ai. Aku lupa. Sampai ke SH. Leveling sampai ke SH. Sampai Saint Heaven. Kok mulai main tok ya distraction ngono ya, Cok. Agifit. Aku tidak butuh Agifit. Saya butuh INT fit. Iki emang ireng apa ya apa? Ora jane aja di skip lho, tak kena GM tuh. Misi di Sleeper Temple. Apakah memang black screen pada saat bertemu Argenta? Live YouTube Sahrul 98R. SDNHC POV MT magang. Iki apa sih? Wah, aku gak butuh iki. Aku gak butuh iki. Iki butuh aku. Wah, iki cocok gayaku, Cok. Hah? Masalah. Apakah bisa dalam waktu 1 jam? Kostum mana ini bosen pramuka terus no. Sombong cok. Manjai plus 13 sword bow cok. Apokalip tapi Talk to Argenta at Grey Ruin. Balik neh yuk. Level 24 wis. Bisa ini level 24. Hilang ini cok. Find ticket Agent Arnen in Calderok one time. Purchase a return newbie package. Hah? Return newbie package nanti. Cek kok bukan nang iki lho. Craft an ordinary Alteum. Kebak cok. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Aku kok wis gak kuat. Aduh, gak kuat. Aku sudah gak kuat. Mataku sudah kelelah. Aduh. Oh iya iya iya. Oh, magic. Mantap. Magic bandit. Wah. Bandit. Lu ngebling, Cok. Sono ae, bajingane. Oh, enggak butuh iku. Cerewet su. Coba tebak. Ndasmu tabak. Aku kasar ya. Apa itu? Dragoness newbie. Iki apa sih iki? Oh. Ngomongin kok iso ya untuk plat F apa? Bonusnya FD ngono lho. Apa mana bronze Pandora hard iki, Cok? Semangat, Bro. Terima kasih, Bro. Alhamdulillah. Terima kasih semangatnya. Untuk kuda soal. Kuda. Apa jenenge force user ora ono, smasher ora ono. Ora anu, Cuk. La la la. Lho iya. Kok mesti lali sih ono ngene barang. Aduh, kena sengat aku. Tersengat apa ya iya. Alhamdulillah. Di meneh so ya Allah, aku kadung nyampe kene lho. Aduh, ya Allah. Mendesah dia. Aduh. Masya Allah. Brr. Aku sing nggo iki to. Lagi saya suwe, Cok. Aduh, mataku sudah mulai pedas. Bukan perasaanku yang pedas. Loh, ora kena, Sok. NPSDN min MT kekar, wush. MT kekar jari. Ya MT kekar lo. MT kekar nyone piro, Sok? Aduh, loro-loro. Masya Allah. Gila aku skip langsung nang SH iso apa enggak? Oh. Oh iso, Cuk. Bisa coy.
你想乘坐天空之翼阿尔巴特罗斯号吗？
人类这个种族真是让人无法理解。
Weh, ada Mbappe, Cuk. Di sini anu nih. Iki apa? Crystal point. $2.500 contribution point. Wow. Banyak aja, Cok. Oh, bukan di sini. Sing langsung level jam 40. Ndek di, Cok. Maksudnya wongnya ndek ndi. Mapnya terlalu luas saja, Cok. Oh, iki lho, nah, iki lho. Ah.
感谢一路的羁绊，感谢有你的陪伴。哦，没事的喽。
Ndi? Oi. Apa iki? Sorcerer's SP total more than 40. Apa ya sing tak den? Oh iki lho. Kok kurang. Apa meneh? More than 45. Triple OP loro iki. Tansi. Mending intelek apa health yo? Halah iki ngono ae kok. Daran. Aku mengincar magic. Di. Iki tapi entuk anu e. Soalnya aku ngincar max apa nyawa akeh lek anu. Sorceress. Apalagi Sorceress ini dua, iki 3, iki 4 piro? Wis iki wae lah. Magic ulti salah. Ya, polos semua. Ini ya polos. Kurang 3 ya. Ini magic. Oh.
感谢一路的羁绊，感谢有你的陪伴。哦，没事的喽。
Fatal lah di. Oke. Daran. Untuk paralyze bah. Woi, Magic Dev STR cok tambahan.
Oh, 没事的喽。感谢一路的羁绊，感谢有你的陪伴。哦，没事的喽。
Oh langsung.
感谢一路的羁绊，感谢有你的陪伴。哦，没事的喽。感谢一路的羁绊，感谢有你的陪伴。哦，没事的喽。
Hey. Wes, kita akhiri dulu di sini. Terima kasih yang sudah menonton sesi part 2 yang isinya hanya marah-marah. Kita ketemu lagi mungkin hari Jumat ya. Kalau Jumat itu saya cuti, tapi kemungkinan live stream atau tidaknya saya tidak tahu. Jadi kita akhiri dulu di sini. Terima kasih yang sudah datang, terima kasih yang sudah share, terima kasih yang sudah share, like, subscribe. Yang datang cuma mampir, terima kasih. Kita ketemu lagi mungkin hari Jumat atau hari Sabtu. Bagi yang mau melakukan aktivitas, selamat beraktivitas. Yang mau beristirahat, silakan beristirahat. Kita ketemu lagi hari Jumat. Kemungkinan hari Jumat. Oke. Terima kasih. Sampai jumpa hari Jumat.